Hi everybody, I'm Phil Fatika. Thanks for joining us today here on the Millcreek Government Channel. Millions and millions and millions of us own pets, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Pets from the Humane Society. Let me introduce you to Nicole Baywall. She is the director, executive director of the Humane Society, and as you can see, she's holding a very special little girl named
Carol.
Carol.
Holding Carol. She's 2.5 months old. She is a cattle dog Australian Shepherd mix.
So she'll get to be about how big beyond the fact that she can just nestle right into your arms?
Anywhere between, she's a female, so anywhere between 50 to 60 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a little nervous.
She is.
She's away from her buddies.
She is away from her siblings.
Yeah.
We have the whole litter at our shelter right now.
Okay, okay. As I said, it's millions. We've owned dogs and cats, and we cry when they die, and we swear we're not going to buy any more because I don't want to shed any more tears over the dogs. But the Humane Society has been around for a long time. And there is right off the bat, there is what you have is an open access shelter. And how do open access shelters differ from other area shelters?
Sure. I think that's a great question, and we've been in the community for about 123 years now.
Wow.
And we are the community's only open access shelter. And so what that means is open access is we do not turn away any pets that are brought to our shelter. And there's a difference between an open access shelter and a a low-kill shelter, or what people might call as a no-kill shelter. And the difference with us is we don't turn away any pets. And so our numbers in terms of euthanization are always going to be higher because we don't ever say to anybody, I'm sorry, we're at capacity, we can't accept your pet. However, when we discuss the notion of euthanasia, we evaluate all of our pets, so they all have temp tests. So we evaluate their behavior. No pets are ever put to sleep unless they're severely aggressive, or if they have severe medical issues.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so Phil.
Yes.
And I want to come in, and I think we want to get back into the pet game. Again, dogs have masters, cats have staff. You know, we want to get Sally.
Carol.
Carol. Carol. That was like the old Neil Sedaka song, Oh Carol. And I love your color. You got a great outfit.
Isn't she? She's brindly.
She is brindly, yeah.
Very
hi,
cute.
Pumpkin. Hi,
Say
sweetie.
hi.
Will you get warm enough that I can? Okay, and I'm going to be interested in saying I want to come in, and I think I'd like to adopt or buy or spend. What happens? I walk in the door.
Sure.
I mean, how do you know that I don't want to abuse them?
Well, we have a very thorough application process. So we would give you an application, we would ask you to sit down, and then we have an adoptions manager and a very wonderful adoptions counseling staff. We take your application, we check our caution list and our do not adopt to list, and we check our cruelty records to see if you might be a prior cruelty somebody that we've charged or cited for cruelty, which is animal abuse or neglect. And we also will check all of your vet records. So we'll call any vet that you have listed on the application to see if any of your current pets in your home or any pets that you've had prior were up to date on vaccinations, or if there were ever any other issues with them.
How do you survive? It's expensive to keep pets.
It is expensive. As you are aware, we're a nonprofit, and we rely heavily on individuals, so our annual fund, so those people who contribute and donate to the shelter. We are very fortunate to have a lot of people have leave us some sort of form of monetary funding through bequests and such. But we also hold a number of events throughout the year. So we do a lot of fundraising through events and just working with the general public and talking about our mission.
Where are you located?
We are we're on Zimmerly Road, off of Interchange.
Which is if you went west from the Millcreek Mall about a mile maybe-ish or so. Yeah, just before you get to Zook.
Correct.
On the south side of the street there. Yeah. Yep. Can I just come in and browse around? I mean, I'd like to take a look and see what you have. And
absolutely.
Do school children come in?
Oh, we have tons of school children that come in. They set up field trips and they come in, and we have a really nice education room. Our facility is wonderful. So we have an education room where our program coordinator will actually host most curriculum-based programs with elementary schools. So we have our Sit, Stay, Read program, and we also have a program that we call the Shelter Pet Squad. And all of these programs are geared towards a specific grade, and they are curriculum-based, teaching children about responsible pet ownership, you know, important medical things that they need to be aware of with pets, and just the overall quality care that a pet deserves.
I have a couple of brochures in my hand. It's going to be a little bit difficult to see them, but one of them says have a pet potty.
Pet potty.
T-Y. And that means what?
So we, again, I mentioned our amazing facility.
Yep.
We have the capacity to actually have children have birthday parties at the shelter, and what they will get is for a fee, they could have a birthday party up to 12 to 18 people at our shelter, and they can have they'll have an opportunity to interact with shelter pets, and they will have different activities that our program coordinator will work with them, and they can have birthday cake and presents and just an overall wonderful pet potty.
And the other one is providing a new leash.
On life.
On life, yeah, providing a new leash on life, meaning?
That's exactly what we do. So our organization, we take in the needy pets of the community, and we offer them the opportunity to find that new leash on life with their new prospective owners or
Do you have
adopters.
a phone number, a website where people can go and look and browse and say, oh, I like that one?
They can. So you can give us a call. We're 835-8331, and we do have a website, so you can look the Humane Society of Northwestern Pennsylvania up and check us out.
Humane Society, say again.
Humane Society of Northwestern Pennsylvania.
One word?
Yeah, it's all one word for the web link.
And it's
.com.
It's .com.
It should be .org, but it is .com right now.
For now, it's .com.
Correct.
Okay. So we're going to find all kinds of material on there.
Yep.
In your experience, are people adopting or having more pets? Or pet ownership on the rise? Is flat? Or people going, oh, it's a lot of work, you know? I mean, lovely Carol here will grow up to be Big Carol, and Big Carol makes big messes, and I don't want to clean it up anymore.
I think pet ownership is pretty consistent across the board, but we always have to be so careful to appropriately screen applicants for pets, because sometimes, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the city actually has restrictions. I believe if you live within the city limits, you're only allowed to have like 4 pets to a home.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it depends on where you live, one, so we take that into consideration when an application is being reviewed. But you know, a lot of people think that maybe adopting a pet for a family is a good fit. But we also recommend certain breeds.
Sure.
So there might be a breed that might not be good for children under the age of 5.
Right.
You know, depending on size and whatnot, and how many people are in a home, and just how active your home is even.
Absolutely. Well, we had big dogs. We had shepherds, big
Yeah.
shepherds, and we had a Bouvier, big dog. You bring up the point about the city and the number of pets. Let's extend that into the fact that there are people who fool the law, and they're hoarders.
Yes. That is a very sad situation, because hoarding is a mental illness as well. And we, unfortunately, we had a big hoarding case in June. And that was actually my 3rd day on the job. And we were, you know, we did a raid into a home, and we rescued a number of cats and dogs and one bird from a home. And this wasn't just a one-time thing. This is a repeat offender.
Right.
And I think there is a lot trying to be done in our community, in our region, with coming up with stricter laws to really aid in people not being able to adopt again, but these people find loopholes. So a lot of people are rehoming on Craigslist.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And we encourage them not to do that because of situations like this. This particular case, this person got every single one of their pets from Craigslist. And it was about 20 plus pets.
Yeah, I can't understand that. I can't fathom that. As you said, though, I think it is an illness, I believe.
Yes.
Now, Phil's gone in, and Carol, you are just so angelic. But do I have to sign a sheet of paper that says I will have it either neutered or spayed?
We actually do that for you. So yes,
Really?
we do. You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
Oh, well,
but do I pay for that?
It's a part of the adoption fee.
Okay.
So
So that you want to make sure that it is actually done then?
Yes.
You're not going to trust me that says, oh yeah, I'll have it done next week.
Part of our mission is we provide that quality care to our pets. And that quality care is making sure that every pet is spayed and neutered. It is very important because it keeps the population down, and it's healthy for these pets to be spayed and neutered. So when Phil comes in and you adopt a cute little dog like Carol from our shelter.
Yeah, a close-up of that dog.
Yeah, get a close-up of this sweetie. One of the things that we go over with you is all of the pets that you would adopt from us are up to date on all vaccinations.
Okay.
They're microchipped.
Oh, okay.
And so currently they'd be microchipped to the shelter, but you can enroll them, they're microchipped in your name with your address, and they are all spayed and neutered.
Okay.
And we also do not adopt out to people who have intact pets.
Have?
Intact pets.
What's that?
So a pet that's not spayed or neutered.
Oh, okay. Okay, there's a nice little close-up of Carol in that camera right there. Carol, you're on camera.
You are.
Yeah.
What is
she's a little leery still.
She's not
looking,
sure.
She's not sure where everything's at, but she's very comfortable with you holding her there.
Yeah, she's a sweet girl.
And how old is it again?
She's 2.5 months.
2.5 months. Just
2.5 months of love.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you take some of them home with you at night?
I don't currently. I have a 1-year-old golden retriever, and I have a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old. So I'm a busy mom, and just a busy overall woman. But when we do have some cases that are cruelty cases, or if we have something, a pet that comes in that is taken away from mom too early, we have an amazing staff, and we do foster and try to, if we have to bottle feed, we'll take them home to bottle feed at night. As you know, pets under a certain age, they need their mom, and if they don't have their mom, who do they have? And that's where we all step in, and we step up to the plate and do the 2-hour feedings.
Yeah.
And I've done that before, so. Okay.
Well, we talked about the fact that access shelters from area shelters and the euthanasia issue, which comes into play here, and the new programs that you have about the Sit, Stay, Read program. Yep. And birthday parties. What about the additional things the shelter is developing for the shelter pets?
Sure.
Like the enrichments, the pet training.
Yeah, the pet training. Yeah. So we're doing a couple things. One, we have a really great enrichment program that kind of kicked off in September, where about every other day, all of our pets are given something for enrichment instead of just sitting in a kennel, waiting for their next family.
That plaintive, sad look.
Yeah, they're given, they're out daily for walks, but they're also given, Kongs with toys. We're freezing chicken broth, low sodium. That's good for them. Low sodium chicken broth with, rope toys. For them to have engagement and do things, we're also developing a program where we pair different, oh, she's coughing a little bit. Yeah. Where we pair different pets, depending on their personalities, with other pets for social time.
Okay.
And that helps with their overall, it helps with like their cage presence. It gets them out, it gets them socializing, where they're more content while they're in their kennel.
Yeah, and I think this leads to the question here of, really, what kind of pet do you want? I mean, if you live in a 300 square foot apartment, you don't want a Great Dane.
No, you might want a cat.
Yeah, you need to realize that particular animal is going to have some room to play in.
I always encourage people to really think long and hard about how a pet's going to fit into their family.
Yeah.
Yes, they're wonderful. I mean, pets are, but they're sentient beings. They feel the same things that we do as people. So I encourage people that want to adopt, you're going to want to treat your pet the way you would treat your family, the way you would treat your kids. My Molly, she's 1. She goes to daycare at Peninsula Pups. She is very much a part of our family.
Sure she is.
And so that's exactly how people that come in and adopt from us, we screen their applications, and we want them to be, I mean, they don't have to send their dog to daycare, but we want them to consider that pet a part of their family.
And so it is, at least in my land.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a problem with people who keep the dog chained to a doghouse outside.
Yeah, and there are laws with that. If a dog is going to be kept outside on a run, for example, there has to be a doghouse, there has to be water, so there has to be adequate shelter, and there has to be water. And unfortunately, we investigate about 1,500 cases of cruelty a year.
You have an officer, Merle?
Merle's actually no longer with the organization, but Lisa Stiles is our chief investigating cruelty officer, and Tiffany Mazzocco is our cruelty assistant. And they are very active and on calls regularly.
Do they have power of enforcement and fines, and can that be taken to a district justice?
Yes, so we do that. So example with the hoarding case, that goes to the district justice for that one case occurred, I think, out in Wesleyville. and then the judge has the ultimate say as to what the final parameters would be with that. But they can cite, and we do get warrants. We work closely with Millcreek Police and EPD in Erie, and we have to serve warrants sometimes and go out and take pets away from people. And that's the nature of it. You know, it can be very difficult at times, but our officers are very reasonable. They'll go out and they'll see what's going on. Maybe there was a complaint that a neighbor next door heard the dog barking, and
constantly, 5 in the morning.
Yeah, and it's not that we're just trying to crack the whip and be, you know, difficult with people, but we want to ensure that these pets are being taken care of, and we're making routine follow-up and making sure that, you know, little Carol has water and has adequate shelter.
You turned when she said your name.
Yeah, is Carol learning her name?
It's okay. Okay, here comes the big question that they pay me the big bucks
Sure.
for. Okay, I bet you a nickel, okay, maybe $1, that you probably are in need of some things. And you got a day to tell us what you need.
We're always in need, and we're always very appreciative of the things that the community provides to us.
Okay.
We're always in need of, you know, dry cat food. We are always in need of blankets for our pets. We go through so many blankets. Some of our pets, they get into their kennels and they chew up their blankets, and so we go through things. But we're always in need of, you know, Kongs for our enrichment projects, and even just the overall. We do a lot of cleaning. We clean daily, which is what's supposed to happen. But we need, you know, Clorox wipes and Windex and things like that, just to keep up with the overall maintenance of the facility. But more importantly, we care most about these little guys, and so when people provide like the Kuranda beds to us, we appreciate.
What is that?
It's actually like a plastic bed where it has like the little legs on it,
right.
And it's just like a tiny bed. It's probably no bigger than the center of this table.
Sure.
And it's a bed to actually go in the kennels.
And so it's not on a floor.
Correct.
It's above, so it's a little
Correct.
warmer.
And however, all of our floors are heated in the kennels. So it's comfortable, but you know, we give them beds and we put blankets on them for them and make them feel as comfortable as possible.
And then when you bring them home, they sleep with you.
Yeah, well, pretty much. My dog sleeps with me every night.
We had the cat that, you know, right there, slept right there.
I know.
And don't you dare move and wake me up, by the way.
I know.
I'm going to get mad at you.
Yeah, they find their spots.
Yes, they certainly do. At any given time, then, how many pets or dogs, cats? Because you don't have rabbits or snakes or
Sure.
Boa constrictors or spiders, do you? I mean, that's not your...
No, we do have rabbits. So we currently
you do?
We do. We just had a cruelty sign over where I think we have about 7 rabbits at the shelter right now. So we do take rabbits, and at one point I think we had ferrets. This wasn't when I was there, but I've heard about the different animals that we take in, but we don't really do reptiles or anything of that.
How many can you handle?
Sure. So kennels, we do 25 to the outside. However, we have about another 30 kennels on the inside. And then to the outside public, I believe we have about 33 to 40 cat kennels.
Okay.
But then we also have our what we call ISO. So any of those pets that come in and they're on care plans, we do not put any pets out for the general public if they're under a care plan.
Okay.
Meaning they are waiting to be spayed or neutered, or they have to be examined by our vet for any given reason. So they'll be in our like large breed ISO or our small breed ISO or in our cat ISO until they're cleared for adoption. Because what happens is you get people or you get pets out for, you know, to be seen by the general public, and they get excited and we're like, sorry, this pet's on a care plan, won't be available for another, you know, 3 weeks maybe. And you know, there are so many other pets that are ready for adoption that could be going home to their forever family. So, but our facility is absolutely amazing, and we have quite a number of kennels compared to what we were operating with at the Humane Society that used to be on West 38th Street. So we're almost triple in capacity there.
You don't handle large animals, horses?
Not at this point.
I'm saying that because about a year plus ago there was an incident about a horse that was set on fire.
Oh my gosh.
And recovered.
Sure.
You know.
Rescued.
Yeah, rescued.
Sure. And I'm sure maybe Anna might have handled that. They have a great equine program, I understand. That's something that, because we do have our cruelty officers and we do investigate, we will get calls about horses and we'll go out and investigate them. Fortunately, we've been very lucky, and many of them are situations where maybe the person that called and was concerned about maybe the housing or the barn, and there are things that we haven't had to take that horse. But one of our future goals is to be operating an equine barn.
Do you have any authority from the state or the federal government to enforce or to have some sort of bylaws? And if somebody's standing behind you saying, no, you can't do this, and
Sure.
if you do, we're going to step in.
No, we don't have anybody telling us that. If you can refer, like if we don't have anybody telling us that we can't do something, but there aren't any laws in place that say we have to do something. So like our cruelty department, we can give warning and talk to people about a specific issue. But we give them notice enough to maybe correct or fix their situation. Maybe it's a really typical case of hoarding, and we're like, you need to have less pets in your home if it's in the city. You need to take them all for fleas and vaccinations, and you have 2 weeks to do it.
Okay.
And at that point, we can go back in 2 weeks, and if they haven't done it, we can take their pets.
Okay.
Sometimes we will ask them to sign them over. Sometimes it doesn't go that way, and then we go ahead and we get a warrant issued to us, and then we will through local police enforcement. But in terms of the state, we really don't work closely with the state on anything of that nature.
All right. Now, everybody has that pet at home that's just adorable, and you take a picture of it and you put it on a Christmas card, or you do something like that with the family. I bet you have the same thing. You have some sort of a pet picture calendar that you would like to take and or sell?
We do. We just created our 2016 pet calendar.
Yeah.
And it is fantastic.
And where can you
buy them.
it?
We're going to have it set up where you can buy them online. You can do a pre-order. But you can also, you can email Emily McCullough, she's our marketing manager, and do a pre-order that way.
Well, let's try to break that down into, first of all, can you find it online at your website?
You can.
Which is, again, called?
It's www.humanesocietyofnwpa.com.
Okay. Humane Society of NW.
Correct.
PA.com, and that'll give you the information
Of the pet calendar.
Okay, all right.
And they are all shelter pets and people or pets that have been adopted from any shelter in Erie.
Oh, okay.
People have submitted pictures of,
Yeah. Is that the only place where they can pick them up? Are you going to be selling them at, like,
We'll sell them at events.
At events, yeah.
Yep.
And when you say events, you have fundraisers?
We do have fundraisers.
And they are?
We just had a really successful fundraiser. It was our first Barktoberfest that we had this, isn't that great? Barktoberfest that we had last Saturday.
Zoopalooza Barktober.
I know, Barktoberfest.
Yeah.
We had it last Saturday at Mountain Grove Barn.
Okay.
And it was just a really great day. We had a chili cook-off. We had a silent auction. We had 3 wonderful bands perform. Tyler Smilo, he's an acoustic act, Sonny's Fugitives, and Delaware Gap. And it was a great day for people to come out with their families. They had kids' activities. We had hay rides and try some chili.
Did they bring the pets with them?
You know what, that was funny. Originally our plan was to have people bring their pets, but the health department got involved. And because we were having a chili cook-off, we weren't permitted to have pets. So,
really?
Yeah, I was really sad about that. But overall, it ended up being a wonderful day.
Yes, because I know you struggle for funds. And,
We do.
And this is a way that you can help to do this. Again, this is Nicole Baywall. She is the Executive Director of the Humane Society, located on
Zimmerly,
It's
2407.
either Zimmerly or Interchange. I'm not sure where it changes names, but it's about a mile west of the mall, and it's almost the Zook, right there where the country
Correct.
fair is. And you can walk in any time, take a look.
Yep, we are closed on Sundays.
Okay. Now, again, Phil's going to go in there and is going to get do I pay more for a bigger dog than a smaller dog?
Puppies are 150,
Okay.
and adult dogs are 125. But again, all of our pets are spayed and neutered, microchipped, and up to date on all vaccinations when they come from us.
And that price is included in that one?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sally?
Carol?
Carol. Geez, why don't you want to say Sally? I don't know why.
Maybe she looks like a Sally to you.
I don't know. What do you think, honey? She's kind of getting adjusted and looking around.
She's going home with Phil today.
No. Before we started, everybody in the studio came and said hello,
I
and
know.
she just kind of liked that attention. She was, but she certainly loves on that sweater that you're wearing.
She's
and
nice
that
and comfortable.
Outfit. She's very comfortable.
Yeah.
And I see your paw sticking up there.
Yeah.
And your ears are clean.
Oh, of course.
And life is good.
Life is good.
Yeah. I got to ask you the obvious question.
Yeah.
It takes a special person to do this.
Sure.
This is not a job for everybody.
I love my job.
Yeah.
It's not like a job. It really doesn't feel like a job.
How'd you get there? I mean, have you always liked pets? Have
Oh
you
my
always
gosh.
been the young girl that rescued?
Actually,
the
I
one
think
that
so.
took care of everybody?
Yeah, actually, it was funny. When I first started this position, I had a really nice interview with Gary Weiss from the Times, and he asked me the same question. And it really resonates back to me with, I was about 5, maybe between 5 and 7, and I took a walk with my mom down to the corner store. And we were walking back. I had candy in my hand. She had some bags of a couple things that she got. And there was a garbage bag full of puppies. And my mom instantly, we put down everything that we had, and we picked up this bag, and we went back to my house, and we cleaned them off, and we took them to the Humane Society across from the zoo.
Okay.
And ever since then, I think working with pets in general, my whole life, I've always had pets. I've always loved pets. And then my job before moving back to Erie was I was the development director for the Alaska Zoo. And I loved everything about that position, seeing the zoo animals, and all of those animals at that zoo were orphaned or injured. So very similar, except for the kind of animal, but all of our animals are essentially orphaned or injured too that come into our shelter.
Yes.
And it is a special job, and I love it.
I don't know, to me, but that's me, I don't know how people can just abandon them. I mean, they just
We all ask ourselves the same
throw them
question.
away. I mean, it just doesn't seem humane. Like somebody's going to find them and take care of them, or they're going to starve to death, or be hit by a truck, or run over, or eaten by a larger animal, or...
We're all, people are all so different. And you and I think the same way, but clearly, different people think differently.
Yes.
But our job is to provide them the quality care from the time they come through our doors, and we do just that.
And we've got a couple of minutes left, and I
Sure.
think you've explained what you do, and I think everybody knows that, but I think maybe people don't know, and they're extremely generous, that you need things that just simply you run out. I mean, and again,
Yeah.
could you run down the list of the
Sure.
things really important? You need to have the
Sure, we're always running kind of low on cat food. Tends to be an issue. We're always looking for dry food, sometimes wet food, but more so the dry cat food. We're always in need of blankets and towels and sheets for dogs. Not fitted sheets, but just blankets, towels, and just any kind of bedding. Always looking for people to donate, enrichment toys. So that's Kongs, the Kongs that you can get. It doesn't have to be the Kong brand, but different toys to the shelter, not used, so it'd have to be new.
Okay.
We do sanitize everything, but we prefer that when we get them, it be new, because we don't know where certain things have been.
Sure.
And then, really just anything. We love gift cards too, because then we're able to go to maybe the different PetSmarts and buy the things that we need for the pets, like if we're doing rope toys.
Nice.
And then a lot of things, we do cleaning supplies. So we're always in need of cleaning supplies. Clorox wipes go like crazy. So.
Plus, you have the pet calendar project underway.
Yep, it is underway. So around November 15th, stop into the shelter.
And they'll be up and running.
Yep, and Phil, you can come in and buy a calendar from us.
I will do that.
$10.
Good to
But
see
I might
you.
give it to you for free.
Carol, give me a kiss.
Kisses.
Bye, baby. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Phil Fatica. Until next time, don't forget the Erie Humane Society. Until next time, take care.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.